What's up, world? It's your man, MrSan44Man, here with your boy, Fat Baby. Say what's up, y'all. Fat Baby in the house with me. I'm about to get myself ready to get on the road. I got some things that I gotta do, so I'll be gone for a minute. But shouts out to my man, William Brooks, who, if y'all been watching, you seen the story that I did with him in the house. He had burnt alive in the house, and you know, RIP to him and his family, because that was my man. That was my main man. You know, I've known that guy for over 20-something years, and to know that to happen to him like that was just a tragedy. Also, I'm about to get ready to do a show on a hotel that I knew some people that used to stay there, and we'll get to those formalities then. But I just wanted to do a little something for Fat Baby with me before Granddaddy get ready to get on the road and do the Detroit Raw Show. You're tuned into the Detroit Raw Show right here, only on YouTube and also on Social Cam and Facebook. Ain't that right, man? What's up, world? MrSan44Man here with you. As you can see, that's the aftermath of that fire early this morning. All stemming from a cell phone, y'all. Can you believe it? All them people misplaced because some cat gave a cell phone to a woman and wanted it back. What's up with that? Now, these people is living in a house, or this is like a temporary housing, you know what I'm saying, hotel where people stay because it's cold out here, y'all. But that's the end result. And you know, somebody out here, I know somebody that used to live here, and this was before it was this hotel, but you know, basically it's one of those hotels that people used to stay in a little longer, almost like a temporary housing situation. But some people have moved back in, so they're still functional. They're still doing a little bit of business. And you can check out the story right here. Here's the story for you.
Local news begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Good morning, everyone. Extra warming centers are opening because of the bitter cold this morning. We have hundreds of school closings. Most kids, for their safety, have the day off in this dangerously cold weather. Brandon Rue will get us updated on the wind chill advisory and how long we'll be under this cold spell.
But first, fighting the cold and the flames this morning, dozens of families rushed to escape a motel fire in the city of Detroit. Certainly a very frightening scene for some of those adults and children that call that place home, at least temporarily right now.
Absolutely. Local 4's Lauren Prodell is standing by for us live right there in the city's west side with more. Everyone made it out okay?
Rhonda and Evron, amazingly, yes, this fire was pretty much contained to one unit here at the Victory Inn Motel. We're right off of Telegraph between Grand River and 6 Mile. And the fire chief on scene told me that all 24 tenants made it out okay. Let's get right to the video. Fire crews were called to the scene just around 3 this morning. Again, a fire started in one of the units. The chief says this could be negligent smoking. They're not exactly sure of the cause. Doesn't appear to be arson, but it did spread quickly. They were able to put the flames out. A lot of smoke damage here in these units, again, forcing at least 24 people out of the Victory Inn Motel. Now, police and fire officials do tell me they worked quickly to get everybody out of the cold and into other shelters. Now, this is a pretty large motel, Rhonda and Everett, we should point out. Half of it doesn't seem to be affected by this fire. So as we're starting to see people come back here to the scene to check on their belongings, we're going to be trying to get an update from them to see where they are staying. But so far, everybody seems to be out of the cold. But for those of you just joining us, I want you to take a live look at Telegraph right now. Of course, with the fire crews out here on the scene, the fire hose is spraying a lot of water. And take a look, this road is extremely icy. Salt trucks were out here treating the road, but as traffic really starts to pick up, we've been seeing a lot of people slipping and sliding. So while the flames are out and people are taking shelter, this is something to keep in mind when you are heading out the door. Reporting live from Detroit's west side, Lauren Prodell, back to you.
MrSan44Man back here with you. Wow, that's incredible. And you know, just to think, a person just didn't care. Just didn't care. Nobody, you know, he didn't care. So, also, check this story out. This is a man, like I was telling y'all about my boy Will, that burnt up in the house over on Philadelphia and Detroit. This man is doing the best he can with his kids out here in this cold. And just check out these stories about this man. And it started off rough, but it ended up being a good story. Check this out.
Being in a house with no heat, the well-adroit man has taken some creativity to survive and keep his family going. Here's Fox News' Andre Ice.
He found work as a butcher and a commercial roofer, but not anymore. Now he walks the streets on Detroit's east side, trying to help his loved ones survive.
People need to open up their hearts and not be so judgmental about those who they see walk the streets.
Be honest. When you look at this man, what or who do you really see? Someone might assume he's doing a simple favor for a friend, but Don is walking with a load of wood over one shoulder for his family.
I can live in a fine box under a freeway underpass. However, my children can't. Therefore, I have to do what I have to do.
Like journey as many miles as his limbs will allow.
It's a long walk. It's cold. My feet get cold. My hands definitely get cold.
But the frostbite he soon forgets to make sure his 4 children are safe and warm. Stripping wood from abandoned houses on Detroit's east side, 53-year-old Don brings whatever he can gather home for the only source of light and heat he can afford: fire.
The same fire that keeps us warm, feeds us.
His babies bundled under blankets. They heat water in these buckets to clean the pots and pans, and themselves too.
Unfortunately, because I don't have any gas or lights at this time.
But things were not always like they are now.
I've acquired the American dream. Unfortunately, I've come into a few stumbling blocks along the way.
Don lost his job, and he says it was sudden.
When I was working, I was maintaining, but work died, unemployment died, and I wasn't able to maintain. We live day to day. I donate plasma twice a week. It's honest money. It's fair, and it helps.
To purchase propane tanks, to offer some sort of comfort to his family. Don is desperate to find another place of employment, though sometimes he feels like he's already working again now.
It takes like a half a day to find the wood, bring it home. Then it takes another half a day to initially cut the wood up and then create the fire.
They don't have much, but they never stop being grateful. Their bodies may be cold, but their hearts are far from it.
I thank God that I have what I have. I'm not the only one in this situation. There's a lot of other people who are out here with perhaps less than what I have. I don't need anything. I take the bulk of everything. I can't stop. I won't stop. So all for my kids. I love them. I'll do anything for them. Anything. I will not let them suffer no more than what they have suffered. And if it's God's will, they'll be all right.
The youngest child that is living inside that house right now is 10 years old. And Don tells us his kids are doing very well in school, and they have been very resilient despite how they're living right now. They are all relying on their faith that they won't be living like this much longer. I'm Andrea Isom, on the Edge.
Mayor arrives again for Monday and Tuesday. We'll check the numbers starting at 4:30.
Oh, Rich, thank you. And now that heartwarming story on this bitterly cold night. In the past 24 hours since we first brought you the story, a lot of generous Fox 2 viewers have changed one man's life. In fact, the lives of his entire family. Fox News' Andre Ison, live to show us how things are now looking up for Don and his family. Andre, an incredible story.
I know. Doesn't it make you feel good? You know, Fox 2 viewers are fantastic people, and they have huge hearts, and they show us that time and time again. But how you all have responded to this story means more than you know.
Thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart.
53-year-old Don Epperson set his pride aside and shared a part of himself with you Wednesday night, telling you that what little money he had to maintain his family is gone. That after losing his job, his assistants, and his means of making ends meet, he could no longer pay any of his bills. Don had hit rock bottom. You have walked a mile in this Detroit man's shoes. You have seen him taped to the streets on the city's east side, gathering wood from abandoned houses to build a fire in his own home. Because that is how this father feeds his 4 children and keeps them warm.
Fortunately, because I don't have any gas and lights at this time, I take the bulk of everything. I can't stop. I won't stop.
This story did something to the people who watch Fox 2. It moved you, it touched you, to make a difference in the lives of strangers. And mere hours later, an anonymous donor has paid all of the family's utility bills, leaving them with a balance of 0. People have offered Don employment, cars, homes. Many others have generously given money to the Don Epperson Family Fund at giveforward.com, leaving behind messages like God bless and keep the faith. And Uncle Bob writes, this is what a real man looks like.
I am getting calls from California, Arizona, Ontario, Canada, Frank's Pizzeria, and Papa's Pizza, and on and on and on. Different people are calling me from the Green Corporation, and people are calling because they are concerned about the story that aired on Channel 2 and is on the webpage. Just like we're lifting up this dear family, we can lift up the others, because there are many more Don Epperson family members out here just afraid to come forward.
Pastor W.J. Rideout III of All God's People Church will open its doors to collect donations. Members of his congregation will be greeting the hundreds of people who are wanting to give things such as clothes, food, household items, and the like. God Donations has volunteered to deliver what is dropped off to Don's doorstep.
The outpouring of gifts and love and support and help, not only from metropolitan Detroit, Michigan, but throughout the United States of America, to be a blessing to this beloved family.
A story like this, how Metro Detroiters responded to a man, a family in need, will give this country a new look into our hearts, because we have lots of it. This is what Detroit is truly made of.
This shows people that Detroit is not over. This shows people that there are givers out there, there are helpers. This shows that when we get down to business and be concerned about people, that we can do it.
We thank y'all. We love you for what you're done for us. I've never had anybody do anything to this magnitude for myself or even for my children. I never anticipated this. Thank you. Thank you.
After a few repairs, tomorrow the heat and the lights will be back on. And what a good night's sleep that will be for him and his family. He will.